everyone! Merry Christmas if you celebrate. Today is Christmas Day, and I am going to be recording a video on all of the dolls, well, most of the dolls I got for Christmas. But we're going to start off with the dolls that are not in the box. The lovely Clawdeen and Frankie from the Scarily Ever After line. Did they call it fairy tales also? Like, fear-y tales? I keep getting the two mixed up. Alright, so I will cut there with the other dolls out of the way so I can properly, hold and touch them and show them off. And I'll be right back. Okay, so here are the Scarily Ever After dolls. Both of them came with their diaries. And they were gifted to me by my sister, who immediately after I stopped the video started nagging me to tell everyone who got these for me. She wasn't... Okay, so I very specifically showed her which dolls I wanted, and I went for ones that were cheaper, but by the time that she got to them, they were sold, and so she felt bad and went over our budget that we had set. So I would like to thank her for dropping over $100 on these dolls.
Including shipping you.
Including shipping, which, honestly, I probably wouldn't have done. You might notice that it's not the full line because there's not a Draculaura here, and that's because the Draculauras are unbelievably expensive to get them in, at least as good a shape as these dolls are. Which, honestly, with the budget, there was no way I was going to find even one Draculaura doll within our budget. Even if that kind of got thrown out the window. But they both came with their diaries. And if I recall, I don't think the original ones that I wanted her to get me came with their diaries. So that's extra nice. I actually have yet to read them. So my sister goes to a university, out of town, and so she stays in a dorm. And so when she bought these came to our house, and I opened them because I was excited for them. And so I already got to, have my first reaction to seeing them in person. But I didn't add them to my display yet. But I also haven't read these yet, despite me having months with them. I just never got around to it. I don't read a lot. I'm getting back into reading, though. So first off, we have, I believe, the first one to arrive. Sorry about that long shadow. There's a giant in the house. We have Clawdeen. Clawdeen came with a brush. I assume she's the one that came with the brush, because I don't know how I would be able to brush Frankie's hair. But she comes with this cape. It's really awkward when the monster idols have capes with their stands, because you're always afraid that the stand is just going to pop right up the cape and make it awkward. But that's not the case for this, and she definitely very much needs a stand. Frankie doesn't really need the stand that much, but Clawdeen's legs are super wobbly that she absolutely could not stand on her own without this support. Whereas Frankie, she's just leaning back, but Clawdeen wouldn't even be able to lean back. So I have the hood up. So let me just take off her hood. I need to get used to doing these with one hand. I just love how her legs are just going everywhere. So because she's had the helmet on, the cape on, her hair is a little bit off. So I'll need to fix that. But it was, she originally came with the cape head off. It was very nice on her. I'll just need to brush it out a bit. And here we have her hair. Okay, it feels fine. You know, it feels like regular, but like it also feels weird. I think it might be like there's like tangles in here, and that's what I'm feeling. Cause like it sort of feels gluey, but not really. It's weird. That's probably just a me thing, honestly. Although, with these dolls being secondhand mostly, like that's probably how you're gonna get your hands on them. Unless, you know, Monster High does a reproduction. That's probably how you're gonna get your hands on them. So really all dolls are gonna be different. But she has her earrings. Gosh, I need to like do more research before starting these videos. I don't believe she is. Oh, of course she's not. She doesn't have her purse. But yeah, I don't believe she is fully completed. I mean, she doesn't have her purse, but I think she's also missing something else. But I'm not sure. It is amazing that she does still have her earrings, because usually those are the first to go. I think just like in listings. Hi. But I love her shoes. I really think they're nice. They do like very much look like of their time, like early 2010s. And I'm not sure how practical walking in the woods with these would be. But oh wait, hold on. It's nice. I like this detail. I do really like her hairstyle. I know it's just a pony, but I do really like it. And I like that she has like red in her hair. I love like brunette characters with red in their hair. Like little red streaks. I think that red looks really great on brown. So I love that she's wearing red, even though her usual signature is purple. But yeah, be prepared if you do get her that you might need adjust the straps every once in a while, just because they're like normal tank tops, like straps like this, and they will slide off. I very much relate to that. Let's see her face. I'm looking at her through the camera right now, and the camera doesn't always pick up on things. Oh. So I may not notice a lot of details, but as you can see, a little bit of, if my camera focus, a little bit of chipping, so staining. But honestly, with like the way little staining things are, it just makes her look like she has like little moles. So it's not that bad. So, I mean, really, there's a little things with her face that could be fixed, but I don't know that much about that. I mean, I'm barely qualified with hair, and that's like a big barely. So, I think I might wash her hair, because there are some stuff in it. I could also just see if they could just be brushed out. But like I don't know anything about like fixing a doll's face. But I mean, again, with her, it's not that big of a deal. I'm just pointing it out. Actually, I like that it looks like she has the little moles. And after this segment, I'm gonna see about reading these. I think there's also a Tumblr page that you could look at. That like has all the diaries. So I could also look into that. But I'm going to do a little quick cutaway so I can check to see if she's missing anything and to see if Frankie's missing anything. And then we're going to go review Frankie. Okay. One thing I forgot to mention is the cape. The glitter is glued on, so it's a nice, it's a texture. I thought to myself, oh, I should probably mention that, and then I don't know how to mention it. But the Tumblr user I was talking about is called MH Diaries, spelled Diaries. All together, they haven't uploaded in a year, but they do upload all of the diaries that they have, and that's sent to them. So if you want to read the diaries, or even these, because they have both of these with all the pictures, then just check them out on Tumblr. So Frankie is actually pretty complete. Clawdeen is missing her purse, her sleeve, which was supposed to be right here, and the bone that was supposed to be connected on her cape. And that, I think, is about all that she's missing. So next, we are looking at Frankie. She has some staining on her face, which is, like, less cute than the way I see Clawdeen staining, but it's fine. The real problem I have mostly is her hair, because, I mean, you know, she's literally over 10 years old. This was released in 2012. So, it's not gonna... There's gonna be some problems with it, most likely. And one of them is that her hair has yellowed. I believe that's partly due to glue seepage, or it might just be age. Not entirely sure. Oh, and that's either stuck or just on her head. And as you can see, there is some foam that was used to poof up her hair that can be seen. So I definitely want to redo her hair if I'm able, like, you know, brush it out, maybe put the curls back in. I'm not so sure how great I'd be at doing curls, but I'm gonna hopefully try. And hopefully I'll be able to properly cover up the foam. Her head piece is a little bit loose, but that's fine. I do like her headpiece. I also recently got the stitched in style Frankie that they released, and I'm really excited to take her out of the box yet. I haven't yet because I would like to do it on a video, but I think she's very pretty. And specifically, I like the designs that they did with the stitching, so I'm very happy about, like, this tiara and its references to sewing. The dress, it definitely has the pulled together look, which is what they were, you know, trying to do. But I'm just not a big fan of it. Okay, I'm saying some stuff about this, like, and it may seem that I'm not happy to have these dolls. I'm very happy to have these dolls. The Fairy Tales or Scarily Ever After was something it's Scary Tales. That's where the problem went. Because I kept hearing it as Scary Tales. And my mom was just like, oh, that wouldn't make more sense as Fairy Tales, you know? But yeah, I've really wanted these dolls, so I'm happy that I have them. I'm gonna look at them and be happy. But since this is a somewhat critical view of me reviewing them, I feel like I need to mention some things that I'm generally fine with, but others might not be. I love her shoes. Look at them. They're very pretty. I love little scissors on the back. But yeah, I just don't really that much understand the dress. I mean, I do understand this, like, stitch to style, but other than that, and this part does not actually come out of nowhere, because if you flip, also right here, flip it up, then I do like the visible stitching. It's right here, which and this fabric sort of helps to, I guess, maintain a scrunch with the dress, which is fine. I just wish if I could change, like, one thing about this doll, it would be that the dress, like this V part, is like center. But, oh no, you can't kind of see it. For all I know they tried it and it didn't work, so this could very well be better in terms of design. All right. I like her makeup. I really like her makeup. But, I mean, yeah, my biggest complaint is the hair, but that can be fixed just by looking at a YouTube video tutorial. And I do really like her bag. It does open. If I can get it to open. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. It does open. And I really like that it looks like a spool of thread. She's very much keeping to the point of Threaderella, which I quite like. And yeah, the only thing she's really missing, she's all the way complete from what I could tell from looking at official pictures, except for her hairbrush. And technically, this isn't, at least from the pictures, this isn't even like a hairbrush they're supposed to come with. They're all supposed to be black. But, I mean, I don't really mind that much. I have a bunch of hairbrushes. For dolls, it doesn't matter. So we're just gonna start with the reading. This is gonna be my first time reading them. So we have Little Dead Riding Hood, which is Clawdeen over here. I very much enjoyed the artwork. Little Dead Riding Hood stood hooded in red, a bright full moon in the sky overhead, a casket of goodies held in one paw for a grand wolf who was feeling kind of down in the claw. Now stick to the path, talk to none on the way, go straight to Gran's house without delay. Yes, mother, she said as she left with a bounce, little knowing there was some monster waiting to pounce. And take the casket of goodies all for his own. She might have been more careful if she'd only known. If only she'd known. And there we have Heath. At the crossroads she saw him, his body aflame, an elemental of fire. Heath Burns was his name. Hey, little Dead, he said with a shout. It seems kind of late for you to be out. I'm headed to Granwolf's with this casket of cheer, and there's a full moon in the sky, so I have nothing to fear. Heath tried to engage her with frivolous chat, but little Dead was having none of that. So he waited until she had vanished from view, saying, to get those goodies, I know just what to do. Heath would use a shortcut to Granwolf's shack, and dressed up as her to get him that snack. Could just buy it, like a baker or something. Then it was off to Granwolf's by the secret route. Then he was delighted to find that she was out. Heath had just snuggled into Gran's four-poster bed when a little knock at the door signaled it must be Little Dead. Come in, he cried, his best Granwolf growl. I'm down in my paw and too weak to prowl. Just leave the goodies, dear, her Granwolf said. I'll have them tomorrow when I get out of bed. But Little Dead's nose told her something wasn't right, and to the bedroom she went to check on Gran's plight. He kind of... The little bonnet makes him look like he's like a caricature of a newborn baby. Why, Granwolf, your complexion looks so pale and taxed. Oh, dearie, it's because I just had myself waxed. Why, Granwolf, it seems that your ears are too small. Oh, dearie, it's just because they're covered with my shawl. Why, Granwolf, it seems you've lost your long pointed teeth, and you can save the old dearie. I know it's you, Heath. His plan now uncovered from the house, Heath fled, with Granwolf's shawl still wrapped around his head. That is a bonnet, not a shawl. And as Little Dead watched him escape into the tree, she thought, if he wanted a cupcake, he should have just asked, please. And they lived scarily ever after. Next we have Threadarella. Oh, she's so, look at her. I love, this art. It's so nice. Once there was a lovely ghoul whose heart was sweet and kind. She sewed all day with no time to play, but for a better on life she pined. Her name was Threadarella, and she lived with her stepsisters 3, who were totally catty and not even quite who were totally catty and even quite bratty, not nearly as nice as she. One day Threadarella told them about her grandest dreams, but they shook their heads and laughed as they said, "You'll just fall apart at the seams." That's when the invitation arrived from the king's own hand. It summoned all, both great and small, to a party that would be oh so grand. Now Threadarella was filled with excitement, thinking that she might attend, but her stepsister said, "No, you cannot go. You'll have far many clothes to mend." So came the night of the party, and poor Threadarella sat alone in the dark. That she couldn't be there was too much to bear, and she let a sad little spark. "Stop with weeping and wailing," a voice from behind her said. "You'll just sew clothes and get ready nose. You should go to party instead." Threadarella was too shocked to be frightened, and quickly turned to behold an abominable sight, glowing with light and totally blue from cold. I am fairy ghoul mother, here to help make dream come true. No time to waste now, make with the haste. All things are ready but you." And then she pulled out her wand, and magic swirled around like flakes of shimmering snow. Threadarella's clothes were changed and her hair arranged, and she was finally ready to go. I love Happy's outfit. I know it's basically her school outfit, which a little bit more formality. Sorry, a cat is playing in a gift thing. As Threadarella climbed into a waiting carriage, her fairy ghoul mother grabbed a sleeve. "Not to forget, or you will regret. You must, before midnight, leave." At the party, Threadarella's grace and beauty set her apart from every guest, and her stepsisters 3 wondered who she could be, along with all the rest. Threadarella danced with 2 princes, one shy, the other bold, but throughout the night they were never both in sight, which was a little strange, truth be told. She was dancing again with the shy one when the first stroke of midnight rang through. She said, "It's been really great, but it's really late, and now it's time I flew." As she hurried away from the castle, she lost a shoe and the foot it was on, and she slipped and tripped, and when the clock struck 12, all the magic was gone. And there we have Jackson. And there we have Holt. Threadarella awoke the next morning to the sound of horses and chatter. She snuck upstairs completely unawares to see what was the matter. She opened the door just a bit and peeked in with her free eye. There, holding her shoe with the foot in it too, was a prince, not the one who was shy. Her stepsisters seemed to be saying that no monster he lacked the part, but he didn't believe and refused to leave, and he was not only cute but smart. Then Threadarella had a burst of courage and started to step to the door, but her missing foot she forgot, the other one caught, and she stumbled straight to the floor. The prince rushed over to help her, saying, "My lady, this foot must be thine." All Threadarella could say was simply, "Hey!" And for a better on life she'd not pine. There we go. And that is the story, along with the dolls. When I see you next, I will be unboxing the G3 dolls that I got, minus the one that is yet to arrive.